Hello, my beloveds. How are you? It's Liz from West Star Tarot, and today I'm here to do a VR to the lovely Maureen at Waves of Your Soul. And Maureen is doing a series of videos with, I'm not sure if she's calling them my top 10 Oracle of the year, top 10 tarot, or favorite, or whatever. But I believe it's top 10 Oracle, and then she's doing top 10 tarot. So I thought, well, we're in December. It's kind of that time of year to start thinking about what were my favorites this year? What really spoke to me? So I pulled out my top 10 favorite oracles for this year. Not favorites, top 10. So as I was looking at them and getting things ready to do the video, I realized, half of these oracles I have shown multiple times on my channel. So anyone who watches my videos regularly is going to know that those are favorites or top 10 or whatever. So I did something that I normally don't do. I cut the list and made it shorter. Usually I want to make things longer and add a couple of honorable mentions or whatever and cheat and throw a couple extras in. But this time I did the opposite. So instead of my top 10 oracles for 2023, I've got my top 5. And the good news about this list is I think they actually all came to me in 2023. One came to me at the very end of 2022. It was a gift last year. So anyway, I'm going to do these in order. Maureen did hers, 10, 9, 8, so forth. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm starting off with this one. It's called the Folktales Oracle. It's by Hannah Willow. She is in the UK, and I have a couple of decks of hers. I love her artwork. I also buy greeting cards from her. It's a lovely guidebook. It has a full picture of the card, and then it talks, has, kind of a little brief description and meaning of the card. It comes not only in that box, but in this lovely bag that I think she said her partner made, the bags. So here are what the cards look like. They're rather large, and they are square. I have got one in here that's rounded because I thought that I might like to round the corners, and after I rounded one of them, I was like, well, maybe not. So the jury's out on that one. So you can see the artwork is beautiful. I just love it. There's a keyword on each one. It's mainly animals and nature scenes. I just love her artwork. It just really speaks to me, and I will just usually pull one at a time from this deck and just put it in a card holder on my altar for a week at a time. There's a system to this deck. There's I think 3 different sections. Let me pull the guidebook out so I am not making this up. Yeah, there's 3, I think, different sections. Let's see what they are. Being, there's some cards that fall in the category being, the fundamental everyday world from which we all must accept the challenges. Growing, the place of learning, of going out into the world at one with it, and understanding our place in the world, not just as humans, but as part of spirit. So the cards are divided up into those 3 sections. And this is one of my favorites. I have this greeting card. I love it. She has a lot of badgers and bears and crows and stags and fox, hares. So anyway, that is my number 5 oracle of 2023. And then this one is kind of a surprise because when I did my culling video, I actually culled this one. Why I don't, well, I do know why, and I'll mention why. So after I culled it, I thought to myself, what are you doing? This is a really hard deck to get. You love the imagery. It's the Wisdom of the Kalia by Jane Bridson, who is an Irish artist. And it's got all these crones, and I'm always talking about how decks aren't representational. We don't see a lot of decks with a lot of elders in them. And so here's a deck that does have a lot of elders in it. And then I culled it. So the reason that I initially did cull this was because I thought, you know what? It's in that same, it's that same type of deck, and I was using it similarly to The Weavers by Carolyn Hilliard. And so I thought, I'm trying to cull, I'm trying to cut down, I don't need 2. And then afterwards I thought, no, I love this deck. I'm not going to cull this deck. And also it comes in a little envelope with a little truncated guidebook. It's only got something like 30 cards, so it doesn't take up much space. And I just said, you know what? I'm keeping this. And I'm really glad I did. I think I would have regretted releasing it. So that is number 4. Number 3 was gifted to me last year at Solstice by a friend of mine. And it's this one. It's called Between the Worlds by Monica Bodersky. Monica is the creator of some tarot decks. Not a fan of her art style. I mean, it's fine, but it just doesn't speak to me. You can kind of see by the previous 2 decks, those are sort of my art style. Those are the kinds of, that's the kind of artwork that speaks to me. And her artwork on her tarot is a little bit sharp and funky. I don't know. Anyway, this is a deck I honestly never thought I was going to like. And I think it shows how great it is for people to gift each other tarot and oracle decks, because I would have never bought this for myself. When my friend gave it to me, I thought, oh, thank you, you know, great. And then I thought, oh, I don't think I'm going to use this deck. But I thought, oh, well, you know, I got it home and I looked at it and I started looking at the book and I did a few readings with it. And I love this deck. I have had some incredible readings with it. The guidebook is wonderful. It's nice and chunky. The premise behind this book is shadow casting with bone and curial oracle cards. So, you know, people will cast with bones and dice and, you know, different found objects. And you can see in these cards, Monica has, oh, sorry, I already showed those, has included these types of found and curated objects in the cards. The card stock is really nice, and it's little, so little bitty me can shuffle it, no problem. I love it. It is, I was going to say who the publisher was. Oh, Red Feather. The book is great. So each card, let me just open randomly here. This is gold coin. Each card has a number on it. I'm sorry, each card in the book has a number on it. The name of the card, keyword. So the gold coin is abundance and scarcity. And then for each of the cards, Monica tells a story. And weaves a tale about each of the images in each of the cards. And I just love that. And then after the story, she talks about the item itself. It's a message, just a little brief couple of sentences about its message, then advice from the card, a reversal, and then she's got, at the end of each section, she has like journal prompts or reflection questions. So you can look at those. Let me just see. So this is the item is, let's see, sundial shell, which looks like this. The keywords are home, neighborhood, and the reflection questions are, what is the worst place you have ever lived? List and point from why this space was not a good one. What is your dream home? When do you feel most vulnerable at home? How can you change your current space to reflect your personality? Is it time to declutter or perhaps put more things up in your space to show your personality? So each, each card, as I said, has reflection questions. Number 2 of my top 5 oracles for this year. Probably aren't going to be surprised. I am. I never thought I would really like this deck. I just didn't think it was going to be as deep as it is. It's Sacred Wisdom. The Sacred Medicine Oracle by Asher Frost, and the artwork is by Steph Littlebird. These are 2 indigenous women who have created this deck. Steph did the artwork, and Asha did the guidebook. So let me just show you some of the cards. This is a Hay House deck. I have gotten some really deep and profound readings. Oh, this one, the strawberry one, I think it was maybe in July. And see, I'm still remembering it. How many times do you remember a reading from 6 months ago? And I remember this. It just really touched me, and it came at the right moment. So the key word for strawberry is love. And I pulled this card right when strawberries were in season. And it just was, and I had never actually really noticed that strawberries are heart-shaped. Also, I had never considered, even as an herbalist, I had never considered the medicinal aspects of strawberry, and it's very similar to other heart-shaped herbs, rose and hawthorn. So anyway, that was quite a reading, and I've had many with this deck, and I will continue to use it. I usually just pull one card from it, although I have done multiple card readings. There are in this deck a spring equinox, summer solstice, autumn equinox, and winter solstice cards with animals on them, which I rather liked. And in fact, on my birthday this year, see, I'm remembering another reading I had on my birthday this year, which is March 23rd, so right around the equinox. The card I pulled for my birthday was the fall equinox card, which I thought was rather interesting. So this is, oh, my hummingbird. Look at that. Beautiful. This card I've pulled, Earth Mother, Surrender. This card I have pulled probably 20 times this year. So anyway, that is my number 2 deck. It's Hay House. Hay House has 50% off sales all the time. So I think you could pick this deck up for like $12. Do it, because it's really a wonderful deck. And I can't say enough about it. And I was surprised, because it's just not a deck that I thought I would get such meaningful readings from. So my number 1, my top oracle of 2023 is this one, Earth, Moon, and Shadow. It is by Serafina Mesa, and the artwork is by Kat Amsel. The artwork is stunning, 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 stunning. I really like the guidebook. The guidebook has the title of the card and the keywords. Then it has a quote. So this is Raven and Wolf, Symbiosis, Combined Effort, Alliance. And here is the quote by Bram Stoker. Oh dear. But we are strong, each in our purpose, and we are all more strong together. So the quote, of course, speaks to the meaning of the card. Then there's just a little bit of a description of the card. And then they talk a little bit about the shadow and when it shows up for you. So that's the guidebook. It's a nice guidebook. About 2 pages for each card. Let's see here. And let me just show you some of the cards. The keywords or the title of the card is in this script, and sometimes it's a little bit hard to read. But, it's a minor complaint. Look at the artwork. It is just stunning. There's people as well as nature scenes, as well as animals. I love that one. It's just gorgeous. Oh, this is, I think, is it Mischief and Mayhem? Mischief and Mayhem, yeah. I love that. So this is Moon Phases, I think, Bleeding Heart. I'm just remembering off the top of my head the names of some of these cards. Oh, Hidden Paths. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous deck. And again, I picked out decks that not only that I thought were beautiful, but that I got some deep, meaningful, profound readings from. And this was my top one. And I am very happy. It came into my collection several months ago. It's currently out of print. They're going to reissue it next summer. I kind of, when it first came out, I was like, oh, I should get that. I really like it. And I was like, no, I don't need more decks. No. And so I didn't. And then I thought I would. And then I didn't. And then I was like, darn, I really wish I had gotten that deck. I was on rare, out of print, hard to find Facebook page, tarot and oracle deck. I can't remember what the exact name of it is. And I mentioned that I was in search of this deck. And someone private messaged me and said, I have it. I don't want it anymore. And they sold it to me for a really reasonable price and charged me $7 shipping. So I'm like, hey, can't go wrong with that. So those are my top 5. This is a video response, as I said, to Maureen, whose channel, she's so effervescent and lovely. And, she's a calls herself a French tarot reader. And she just has this charming, I'm a Francophile, so of course I love all things French. And Maureen has this lovely French accent. And one of the things that I just get a total kick out of is, she's talking about her decks and, with this lovely accent. And then she'll say, motherfucker or something like that. And it's just really funny. You're hearing the American swear words coming out of this beautiful French woman's voice and accent. I end up laughing whenever that happens because I just find it so humorous. It's so sort of incongruous. Anyway, check her out, Waves of Your Soul. As I said, this is a VR to Maureen. What are your top Oracle decks for 2023? Do you have 10 or just 5 like I have? Comment below, make a VR to Maureen, to me, whatever. Peace and blessings to you all.